Greetings, I am Life.
And I am Scandal.
And let's date some demons together. I feel like we should also, it should be like, let's make a pact together.
Yeah.
Because really, that's what this is. It's like,
honestly,
let's just...
I'm like, unless we're like encouraging like a serious amount of polyamory in here, which is fine, but I feel like we should have more clear consent and more awareness. So what do they, anyway.
They have different standards than the human world,
do.
and we don't know what any of their standards are, so we can just abuse them because they're all telling us what to do and we're just mindlessly following along with it.
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
Right.
Hey man, don't just stand there watching. Say something to Beale.
You're the one at fault here, Mammon. You shouldn't have done that, Beale. You guys sorted it out because I couldn't care less.
I feel like you wouldn't say that because I couldn't care less. If it was just you guys sorted out, that would totally be our character. I was gonna say
I am a little bit torn with. I would really like I feel like a boomer would be like, you teased him, and then you responded to it. Beale, basically, and then you just ate the food.
Okay, so in my experience being managed by people in that age category, there is a lot of the experience of whoever incited it is at fault for all of it. And then later they will tell the other person you shouldn't have played along. But first it is whoever started it deserves the punishment. So I would say you're the one at fault here, man.
That makes sense to me. You know, you're the one who's at fault here, man. I'm just gonna blame
you kept digging at this, it's your fault. Ah, that made Beale happy. Oh my God. I think it's interesting that everything gives you intimacy and nothing can drop your intimacy.
Oh, is that fascinating?
Like they will never like you less, ever, no matter what. But sometimes they'll like you more.
It's almost like you can do no wrong and therefore have to face no consequences for your actions and bear no responsibility for how... I don't care if they're demons. So the thing that also bothered me about this is being like, well, you know, they're monsters. And I'm like, that doesn't matter. You are supposed to be playing a human. If you're playing a human character, this is mean as shit sometimes. I'm just like astounded for the level of like, wow, dick move, like solidly.
Yeah. What do you mean I'm at fault? 100% the victim here. I want seconds. There ain't any seconds, you idiot.
There's only minutes.
Until
you eat them. Hey there, you three. It's so nice to see how well you get along. I'll get along, excuse me.
As we're standing here in class again, not doing anything, 20 minutes before the bells
like
rings.
my brain, like because I know Final Fantasy 12, I keep seeing the Solidor symbol going down there. Like just the snake, the entwined snake, it kills me.
That's hilarious. I'm just like, you've got like the preacher's collar with like wheat or something under it, like a grain kind of looking symbol. It's fabu. It's there's so much iconography mixed together here. It's hilarious.
And he really in some ways looks like he's entirely out of a different game, which makes me laugh, but that's okay.
Very funny. I'm also, again, like you've got his shawl thing being sort of like a minimalist, high fashion version of priest robes.
Right?
Like it really does. Like he could be walking down the runway
with some
where you've got basically Catholic aesthetic in the spring.
God, I'm
like, can you see that where everybody's just like my spring Catholic line and he's just walking down the runway?
Yeah. I'm going, yes,
I can see it. All right.
Hot boys. Like,
what? Are you blind, Simeon? Can't you see that we're ready to kill each other here? You keep stealing my food even though I egg him on. I could have just eaten the damn thing, but I'm not that self-aware, so back off.
Right.
Don't you dare speak to Simeon that way, demon. Show some respect. Fido, it's you. Didn't even realize you were there.
He also
must have been hidden behind his high fashion
He's supposed to be really
shawl.
tiny, and he's like huge.
You
want to look at him anatomically, like just like how big his head is. Like compare them on your screen right now. Take your hands, compare them, and realize just how damn big, like, his whole body is. Like
his shoulders are almost the same width as Mammon's here, and his trunk is much wider. Like hips and like medular like area, his torso is bigger than all of the adult demon boys, except maybe Diavolo.
Right.
Who's a bit thicker than everyone else.
He's a thick boy.
He's a thicker boy.
He's a good thick boy.
So this experience here is that he's just barely interpreting what a younger human body should look like.
Right.
And it is just about as bad as the demons.
Yeah, pretty much.
Simeon going, I have studied people more. I have a better idea of what is not aesthetically offensive.
Oh. I'm aesthetic. What can I say?
I'm aesthetically pleasing. Let me speak to you. It's fine.
Hello, my dears.
What? Don't call me Fido. My name is Luke. Can't you get that through your head? Or are you as stupid as you are rude? Now you're being rude, my dude.
I mean, the thing is being like...
The cycle perpetuates itself.
However, it is really kind of insulting. That thing of going like, Yeah, don't. You guys.
I'm saying that, I'm not saying it isn't insulting, but I am saying that you're engaging in the same behavior he is. And while I am not saying that bullying is okay in any circumstances, and I'm not saying ignore it, it will go away.
Right.
What I am saying is that my most successful method of approach, whether in management and leading a team to stop getting each other to bully them, whether it's
true.
teaching or directing other people, or even from my own, is you continue to model the behavior that you want from them to them. They will go, I have aggressively called you something really inappropriate, which I've had happen many times in my life. And I respond to them in a, not like a, oh, I will dismiss this kind of way, but going, I didn't appreciate that. Now let me model again for you the sort of conversation we're having if I need to keep talking to you.
Right.
Kind of thing. You can set slowly the emotional tone. I have successfully taken a lot of people that aggress me and either make them leave because they don't like the fact that they're not getting a rise out of me, and that I continue to treat them civilly, which is confusing and frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, again, you're not going, oh, I'll just be polite and dismissive. You're treating them like as an equal, and you're being clear that, you know, you don't really you don't want them to do this behavior, but you're modeling the kind of respect you want from them in the way you're responding to their behavior.
Right.
Anyway, I just don't like that he's playing back into it, and that frustrates me. I feel like it's too tropey of, you bitched at me, I'll bitch back at you in the same way.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm not saying people can't do that. I feel like it feels tried to me. Tried.
Yeah, well. With some people, though, it's literally also like it's your life on the line. It's not just you're calling me Fido. It's literally going like, I have already been dehumanized, basically, as it were. You could get me killed.
Okay. In the case of dealing with bullies with a power imbalance, it should be addressed differently. Again, I've also said, depending on if you need to keep talking to them.
Yes.
So it depends on whether or not you're in a contrived environment where you cannot get away from them, and also what the power structure is. But generally, having a civil approach helps anyway.
Yes.
All right. Whatever. Did you ever stop yipping and yapping? I mean, he literally wasn't talking when we first got here. You didn't know he was here, so you know. Hey, quit it. Don't rest your elbow on my head. You're gonna have to get it way up there, my dude. Like, his elbow is above shoulder height, like cocked up by his own temple to put on Luke's head. That's amazing. Can you imagine if you just move this model over here and he's literally got his elbow up above the red on his shoulder to put it on Luke's hat? That's hilarious.
It is pretty funny.
That's so bad, my dude.
At least, though, he's honestly not as tiny as Honey Senpai. He's really not. Like, he's actually pretty big for, you know, somebody
For
like,
considering
for
how they're
basically doing
painting
that particular aesthetic look.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's actually pretty tall.
It's true. I say, now listen to me. I may not look important to you, but I'll have you know that I report directly to Michael. Telling people that you have stuff that can hurt them that's over here is a way of disempowering yourself. A lot of times going, well, I'll sick my manager on you. Now, sometimes it's simply telling them how things work in the world.
Right.
But in that case, that felt very much like, I'm super important and I don't deserve this treatment. They clearly don't care how important you are. That's why you're having this conversation.
Right.
Like, that's not going to be an effective defense.
Right.
Right. It's always Michael this, Michael that with you. Name dropping everywhere.
Name dropping.
You're a name dropper.
You sound like somebody I know in Good Omens who just wouldn't shut up. Like, fuck that, man. She just kept name dropping. And anyway, so this one time when I met Beyonce.
You mean The Good Place.
I know.
You said Good Omens.
Oh, I've shit. I haven't even seen Good Omens. I've read the book, but I've said it over and over again.
You're talking about Tahani and The Good Place.
I
and
am.
Man, does she drop some names.
God, she does.
Just spilling them out of her handbag. There it is. All right. Listen to me when I'm talking to you, demon. Hi.
Mammon, I know how cute Luke is when he's frustrated, but I think you've harassed him enough. And that was an aside sort of bullshit thing that I just did to Luke myself.
A little bit.
That I just encouraged you to
he's adorable when he's pissed off, but just don't do it.
Which is
what?
You're like, you're also part of the problem, my dude.
Or are you trying to flirt with Luke and offhandedly saying, dude, you're freaking adorable, god damn it. But nonetheless, don't do that.
But again, I'm like, to the person who's basically bullying him, to say that, to me, that reads as, by the way, I'm telling you, yes, you're right, he deserves this, and also he's cute and he's fun to torture, but you know, we should be a little better than that, shouldn't we?
I don't know. I feel like that it could be, yeah. I mean,
that feels a little slimy.
Taste. It feels a little slimy. But also I'm going, it really does feel like also that thing of going, I am giving a compliment to someone I am interested in this conversation. That's the only way I could shovel it in.
Right?
And going, yeah, that's really awkward, my dude.
I think you've harassed him enough. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop.
I still want like fan art of like all the demon boys dressed in basically unified aesthetic of this Catholic Vogue. That'd be fun.
Honestly, it would be fun.
That'd be hilarious. Just make a runway collection of all of them.
Vogue. Vogue.
All right, let's see. I'll stop that. It's so hard not to, though. He's just so funny. Isn't that right, Beal?
Beal, I'm eating a table.
Nom, nom. I'm eating one of these, like, pew-style benches next to the tables. It's fine.
Right?
I bet he tastes good.
Everybody tastes good.
Everything tastes good. I'm gonna eat the whale skeleton next. It'll be great.
Excellent.
I am not funny, and I don't taste good either. I have tried this human suit, and it tastes gross.
Ew.
It is not food, because I thought maybe it was food at first, too. So, what is it you angels want? I know you must want something. Otherwise, you wouldn't walk up and strike up a conversation with us out of nowhere when classes are about to start and the bell's about to ring and we're literally just hanging out with, the human. So, man, because you've compelled me to say your name. Man, before classes start and he has to be on his own.
Good job. Yes. Right. I almost forgot. We're actually planning to go on a camping trip soon.
Oh my god!
We thought it would be a good way to have fun and get to know each other better.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay, so we've been playing some of the events. I don't read the events. I just play through them and get the bonuses and the cards and stuff.
Yeah, we
but
decided
if anyone
not to.
wants us to perform one of the story events, we would do it because they look, even just in the first screen conceptually, they look ridiculous. I bet we'd probably laugh our butts off.
I think also, though, sometimes we don't do it simply because, again, story spoilers.
Again, yeah, because they assume you know things. They assume that you have a certain level of progression. However, it might be fun if people were interested, like when we finish the game, to do events with this once in a while.
Right.
So if you're interested, feel free to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Get to know each other better. Woo!
And that's why I'm here to invite you. We'd love it if you'd all join us.
I see.
Sure. Well, that's a cliffhanger, I guess.
Also, these chapters are wildly different, like, amounts of dialogues. Like, if you were doing screen caps of these to share them, there's really different quantities of screen caps between them.
It's true.
Like some of them just go on a lot more dialogue than others. And we're still in classroom!
Oh, boy!
Why did that end the scene? I don't even know.
I don't even know.
What? Ugh, so this is another one of your lame ideas. You always do this. You're like family stuff, camping, let's hang out.
Has everybody been here?
Right?
Because I was under the impression we had a year, and maybe it's been like a couple of weeks at this point, but it's Simeon has literally just, as far as I know, then shown up, or have they been here for months, a year or
so? As far as we know, the angels showed up at the same time as we did. They exchanged everybody at the same time.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, the way then everybody then talks about it makes no sense, because then your time frame gets completely thrown off.
We have established that time moves like shit here. Time moves all over the freaking place.
It's fine.
Listen, for starters, camping is a total drag. Isn't that right, Bill? You
oh my god, I love s'mores.
Food out there. Yeah,
please,
I know, right? I wanted to say s'mores.
Yes!
Yes! My friend, good job.
Yes.
All right.
But it's just roasting marshmallows. I like
camping.
it when they're burned.
That would mean cooking out. Oh, and roasting marshmallows.
All right, I need to know who else also likes to burn their marshmallows, take off the outside cover,
and eat it.
Eat the outside cover, and then just sort of go through the process again, set it on fire, eat the outside.
Okay, so you know who I am?
What?
I am that asshole that cooks the entire thing to soft, toasty brown.
No, I know.
For like 10 minutes until it's an even golden brown on the entire outside.
And
nobody wants to wait for it, and then everyone wants it when you're done.
No, I know. It's still good. I know you've done it for me before, because actually we did it in an oven.
So the broiler can do s'mores for you. So if you are indoors for any reason, and I won't mention why because we've been told maybe you shouldn't, I'll say, but
with the magical CV.
As I say, if you are stuck indoors and you do not have access to a campfire, cooking pit, fireplace, whatever it is, or, you couldn't safely cook in the places that you do have, if you have a broil setting in your oven, you can make s'mores in there, you can toast marshmallows in there. It's just a bunch of focused heat from the top of your oven, and it's super cool and it works really damn well.
Right.
Check it. Like, usually if it's got a high and a low setting, usually you want it at the low setting for ideal marshmallow, like scorch, because otherwise it cooks it so fast in the high setting that it only burns the outside and doesn't even make the inside warm or melty.
Aww.
So you have to figure out your own oven.
Right.
I'm in. You see, this is your problem, Beal. You gotta quit letting your stomach make decisions for you. So what do you think about this camping thing? So what do you think about this camping thing?
Man.
I'll say it. I'll spit it out. Man.
Biatch.
All right.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. We're talking about Boomer. Oh my God.
Everyone's bonding. We'll all be together.
I get to go do manly activities.
This is also the after work activity. Nope. Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Sounds like fun. Screw that.
This is how you bond outside of your work environment.
Like, no kidding.
Oh, I was afraid you'd say that. So we got another fan of camping here, huh? Yeah, let me just go get my RV. Oh, this sucks. Just being around people is like you is a drag.
Not if you're in an RV. Mm-hmm. Well, just keep in mind that we're going camping, and you're invited.
Are you going to wear that camping, my dude?
Oh, of course. I love it when I get mosquitoes in my...
I say, are you susceptible to
armpits?
Ticks, fleas, mosquitoes?
Everything.
What is this part of the body called again?
Oh, no, they're all just like around on this aura of how amazing he is. They follow him.
All the bugs, I love you. You're going, that's a cloud of, oh God! Yeah. It looked amazing flashing in the sunlight. You have this beautiful aura of glittering light and you realize it's bugs.
Everywhere.
Oh God!
Oh, it seems like I have a phone call. If you'll excuse me, I really should take this. You three take care now.
Uh-huh. I see.
Work. Which is terrible.
No, back to a memory. Never trust it. Like, we're going back to this memory again. Never trust a demon.
That was mean of me. I don't know why I did that. I apologize. I just was possessed with the thing go bark because that's what...
That was terrible.
You
are indoctrinated to the bad joke. So a lot of our jokes are in poor taste.
They really are.
And even when their jokes are in poor taste and we call it out, it doesn't mean we can't engage in them because this is a fictional medium and we're not talking about real people. One of the important things about our games is when we're being buttheads or we're mispronouncing names, and I say mispronouncing in quotes because if they aren't spoken, you don't actually know for sure.
Right.
I say is that we're not talking to real people. And while we understand that they are not talking to real people either, it is framed as an example of social interaction so that it could be modeled by real people.
Yes.
So it does teach you things. In the same way that we've mentioned if there's no women in here, it creates a certain narrative.
Right.
Or that dating games in general create a certain narrative that can cause you to believe that certain things should happen in your life.
Right.
In the same way that the way women are portrayed in film and fiction causes women, also men, same thing, but being I have experience as a woman, to believe that certain things should happen, will happen, or are wrong if they are not happening.
Right.
That fiction has power that way. So it's important to understand when people are doing things in fiction that it may not be a good example of what should happen or even is reasonable. And also that when we're making jokes, we're just making jokes, not about real people, but about fictional things that we can control.
Right.
Okay.
And again, it is also good sometimes to be like, hey, that was kind of crappy, and like I totally get that. That's the thing where like I call myself out, I'll call my friend out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because it is still one of those things that we realize sometimes we'll do these things, and it really does sometimes come out in places you're not expecting because you're not engaged in with your thought process at all.
One of the things that we've encountered is that some Let's Players, when they have basically fan interactions, people will be like, oh yeah, and you totally do this thing. And they go, whoa, that's way more aggressive than I would ever do. Because they're interpreting the way they treat their games or very personal activities with a friend where like a Scandal and I jab at each other as something that is just a blanket thing they do to anybody.
Oh God, yeah, uh-huh.
And so in part of that parasocial interpretation, like relationship and the interpretation of who this person is, it's important to realize that we are talking to a fictional medium here and that when we call each other out, it doesn't mean we're not going to use that joke again sometimes.
Right.
We're just nodding that, yeah, this can be problematic under the right context. However, the intention is not to lampshade it and just go, oh, there it is, and then keep using it.
Right.
It's to go, this can be problematic if used poorly. And since in this context it's fiction, it isn't necessarily poorly, it's just in poor taste.
And that's the other thing too of being like, fiction itself literally has no power except the power you give it. Kind of like the thing of being like, well, you know, Jaws caused all these things. It's like, Jaws itself didn't do that. The people reacting to it caused basically actually all the shark culling.
Because
that's
Jaws,
exactly what happened.
Jaws was not a call to action for people to want to kill sharks and be afraid of them.
Yeah.
It was a horror movie. There's no call to action to deal with Babadooks in your basement.
Right.
There's no call to action to deal with, you know, the mutant alien slugs that are, you know, sucking everyone's brains out and possessing
There's no call to action to deal with the Martians, blah, 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 whatever.
So it's just that it hit closer to home for people and they went, this is something I can actually do something about.
It is a problem,
The fiction felt too real.
Yes.
Anyway, so that. All right. Hey, Fido, shouldn't you be heading out with your friend there? Does he need a leash? Hi. Hey, don't you tell me what to do. As it happens, I am leaving. Yes, but not because you told me to. Also, my name's not Fido, okay? Those two voices were completely different.
That was amazing.
Wow. Nah. Nah. That was really,
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
I wonder if that was actually though, like the actor, actually like the voice actor giving him a bark.
I
Like-
maybe just a little dismissive.
I'm like, ooh, that's a little.
All right.
Dot,
it's a
dot,
little
dot.
Aesthetic bedroom.
Now we
lost our
gotta think
aesthetic
about
bedroom.
this.
Now we have to have another memory.
Let's see. You should probably start with Beelzebub. Yes, it'd be the best choice. You need to get close to him.
So you're saying I need a bunch
I
of
have
scorpion
faith in you,
sandwiches.
man. I know you'll get me out of here.
Scorpion sandwiches
Absolutely.
from the witches. Look at our bedroom. It's beautiful.
Witch sandwiches.
Oh God. Now we're gonna text.
I.
What? Okay. I'm feeling a little hungry. Come meet me in the kitchen now. Just
Come
demanding.
on.
Just to be clear, it's not like I'm afraid. Lucifer might catch me if I go alone. That's not what this is about. Seriously, that's not what this is about for real. It isn't. That was weird. It just threw a text conversation in the middle of this?
Sure, let's head to the kitchen then, because I literally have no other choice.
Right?
Oh God, this is still going on. Well, thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us, since we have hit the algorithm limit for the time being.
Yes.
If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, we always like actually talking with a lot of our viewers, and if you don't agree with us, that's fine. We sometimes will agree to disagree, and that's...
We are not here to agree with people, but we
Yes.
are here to have a good time.
Yes, so we are also here to to learn things and share things based off of our experience and our culture and what we're dealing with.
Yep.
It might be a matter of perspective, and it also might be a matter of, quite literally, experience.
And
Hey!
shout out to our surprisingly high number of Russian followers. Like, damn.
You guys are still really cool. I love the fact that we did. It's so cool.
It's super cool.
But also, if you want to support us then more directly, please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. And other than that, please take care of each other during this particular time that you know exactly what time this is.
Aha!
And to be aware and to be communicative and to have those conversations, and also realize sometimes you might need to give yourself time and space. Actually,
Yes.
like working out your day is very important. So, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!